gotta be right within self. Niggas be like, oh damn, why this was working for him and not for me? Because you not right within self.
So tell me, um, is there anything that you can actually give yourself and pat yourself on the back for that you learned in the music business itself? Or besides that, your clothing business, your clothing line?
Yo, I'm so humble, bro. I never pat myself on the back for nothing.
That's
Cause
what's up.
I the
You
person
deserve your flowers too, though, bro. But I get it.
the person that the entity that I owe is the Most High.
Facts.
I pat him on the back. Thank you, Allah. You know what I'm
Man.
saying?
Yes.
Because we here for a limited time, bro. And there's one thing that do always tell me. We be having our intellectual conversation. He always be like, yo, bro, all this shit is a vanity. None of this shit don't mean nothing, bro. Them chains on your neck, these boots on my feet, this car I'm driving, this shit is all a vanity. Because when we go, we can't take none of this shit with us, and it don't mean nothing. Take off his dad. You think any of that jewelry he bought means anything? Any of them cars, them houses, that shit don't mean nothing. That boy gone. He's not here to even enjoy it.
Right.
It don't.
That's a fact, man. That's
So,
a fact.
ain't that the only thing a nigga can't take from me is my knowledge. You could take a watch from me. You could take a car from me. You could take a chain from me. You can't take my knowledge.
Yeah, that knowledge, you get it all back.
And when your number is pulled, your card is pulled, and it's time to go with the maker, he want to know what the fuck you learned while you was here.
Yeah, and what you did that was positive while you was here. That's
you know.
fact.
I don't never pat myself on the back because I'm not done yet.
That's what's up.
I'm not done.
We got big things to do. My producer, man, he a big fan of yours too, man. He wanted to ask you something, man. Go ahead, Jax.
All right.
In your time in the industry, right? You know, moving and shaking. What are some critical things that you didn't know that you learned that you probably wish you had learned, or you should advise people that coming into the industry blind? Like, what are some critical things you learned in your time in the business?
It's no love in this shit, and they only fuck with you when you hot. You can be a brand new artist. You can be a brand new artist in a label. You walk through there, you popping. They asking you, yo, what you want to eat? You want some Mr. Childs? You want some Benny Hannas? This, that, and the third. Let that album flop. Let them don't recoup on you. Them same people that was offering you weed and offering you food and all that, you walk through that same office, niggas is walking past you, not even speaking.
Right. Wow.
Niggas fuck with you for what you can do for them. That's the critical thing. That was the hardest thing that I learned in the game, that niggas don't love you in this shit. This shit ain't about love. This shit ain't called music friends. Music shit. Music love. This is called music business. And this shit is...
Exactly. You ain't making me no money. Ain't nothing to talk about. Is how they do you, my nigga, for real.
Respect.
So that's the hard...
Respect.
So, quick question, and I'm gonna let you go. I know you got stuff to do, man.
Type of shit.
When we was doing our thing and all that with the music, or trying to get you to that level, and then I think I got locked up around that time or something. So explain to us how you got with Dipset, bro.
Alright, so I got it with Dipset around 2001, around that time, like 2001. Me and Juelz, we lived in the same neighborhood forever.
Right.
At that time, I was hustling on 145th between Amsterdam and Broadway. We came up with a little group of people called the Taliban. Me, my man Kiani, T-Money, Luca Brasi, that got the big gumbo brand right now. And we was just basically out there panhandling every day. CDs, DVDs, whatever we can get our hands on, we sold it. And we made a name for ourselves. So when the rappers and shit and celebrities used to come to 145th, we used to run down on them and sell them shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the people that used to come all the time and come fuck with us was Cameron.
Wow.
So this was around that. Matter of fact, let me go a little back. I'd say I would start fucking with Cam like around 1999, 2000.
Okay.
I'm gonna say around the SDE days, because I remember they was doing What Mean the World of You and all that.
Right.
Come to 145th and fuck with us. This before Jimmy was rapping and all that. This before Juelz Santana. This before the Rockefeller deal. They still was on Sony. So yeah, Stan Spit was down with them at the time. You're right. Exactly. Yep. Stan Spit, rest in peace to Fat Sean. That was Cam crew at the time. 6 Figure Digger. They was the original Diplomat. So Cam used to come through all the time.
Right.
And one rainy day he came through with me and Luke. I was sitting in the van smoking weed and shit. And I basically introduced myself, and I was like, yo, that's dope that you signed my man Juelz Santana. That's a good look. So he was basically like, yo, you know Juelz and all that. I was like, yeah, that's my bro and shit, LeRon and shit. We from the same hood, Battlegrounds, all that.
Right.
On 50. Man. So he was like, you the nigga they be saying spit? So I was like, yeah. So he's like, let me hear something. So I spit like 50 bars from Cam. And from that day on, Cam was like, yo, you Dipset. I fuck, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Down with the set.
That's big.
As time went on, like I said, we would sell millions of CDs. I mean, like, for real, we would sell over 10, 15,000 CDs, like, in a day's time, from 7 in the morning to 9 at night. Like, going to re-up 1,000 CDs, 3,000 CDs, it's 2-3 CDs in a box at the end of the night, shit like that.
Right.
Every day for years, for 5-6 years straight, we was doing that, right?
Wow.
So my man Key was like, yo, I'm tired of selling all these niggas shit. You the fucking rapper, nigga. Make a tape and we gonna sell that shit out here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, nigga, I'm with that.
Right.
We started recording these mixtapes in the little hole in the wall studio. First bundle of songs I got, pressed it up on CD, made a little mixture cover. It ain't even have no picture on it. Just said the best UnKasa over freestyle beats, and that shit blew. My man Kiani, he was like, yo, we gonna monetize this shit. I'm like, monetize? What the fuck you talking about, nigga? Right. This before internet, any social media. I'm telling you, this is 1999, 2000, early.
At a young age.
At a young age, 18, 17, 18 years old. Not even 20 yet. So he like, yo, we gonna monetize this shit, nigga. So I'm like, monetize? What you mean? He like, yo, we gonna, anybody that buy this CD, we gonna make them sign their name and they address in a book and how many purchase. Next thing I know, weeks go on, we filling up black composition notebooks full of names, front and back page.
Wow.
Some niggas is buying 5 CDs, and you know, in this era, it was a whole lot of money on the streets. 145th was the place to come to get you know what I mean, and your clothes.
That's a fact.
Spot, a gold mine. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that would come on that strip, I'm selling my CD to. Yeah. We out there, we go get a parking spot 7 in the morning. We ain't leaving until the last sneaker store closed on that shit. And that's 9 o'clock. So imagine 365, even on a rainy, snowy day, we out there selling CD, merch, anything we get our hands on. So now we got this big conglomerate of people that's out there from Harlem, from the Bronx, all the celebrities, all the rappers fuck with us. Now we got music. Now this shit is buzzing. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Buzzing. Anybody to come on 45th, I'm battling them, chop them niggas heads off, send them niggas on their way. So now it's like, now it's a big thing. Like, yo, it's a kid on her 45th, UnKasa. That nigga's nasty. So now all of underground, upcoming niggas is coming to fuck with me. Lincoln.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God bless his soul. Fred the Godson, J.R. Ryder, He was Fred the God was in a group at the time called TBM. I think that's still for the Bronx Most Wanted or something like that.
Fred's
And
a good dude too. God bless, man.
super good dude. French Montana. He went by Young Frenchie at the time. He used to come to 45th. Like everybody used to come fuck with us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how, you know, we wind up, you know, connecting with Cam on that level. So one of the guys that used to come fuck with us all the time was this guy named Headquarters. He was a big promotional guy. He used to ride around in a promotional van and give out the merch and shit like that. But he used to come buy the weed, come fuck with us. So he was also the head promotion at A&R for Raucous Records. You remember Raucous Records with Most Def? At the time, I think Howie McDuffie at the time was the CEO.
Right, I remember Raucous, definitely.
Yeah, so he used to just come through and fuck with us all the time. So at the time, they was putting up their numbers as a black independent label. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he had his plaques and shit. He said, I want y'all niggas be helping me move some of this shit too. So come fuck with me. Come to my photo shoot. Y'all my street team. You know what I'm saying? So we went out there in front of the old Yankee Stadium and did a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Cam pulled up on us, chopped it up with us for a minute. He was about to go fuck with a female shit.
Yeah.
With him, he kept going. Now these guys that used to always come fuck with us on 145th, they had artists. Like I said, they had an artist. French Montana. Mm-hmm. They had a white artist that was just as nice as Eminem named Highlight, and they had another artist by the name of Rell. Right. So they used to all come to 145th and talk shit about this Rell dude. Right. So I'm like, how do y'all niggas bringing this nigga up to me? I'll crush anybody. I'm the best. Nobody can fuck with me, nigga. I'm king out here, nigga. Right. You know how I fuck my shit. You one of my. You know I'm a heavy shit told. I'm not humble with rap. I'm a humble human being. But if you want to talk rap and all that, and you want, I'm gonna crush you. Right. So that was basically my mentality. So them niggas pulled up. They have the Bronx pulled up to the Yankee Stadium. They hopped out. And they had a van that was black and silver, had their logo on it, looked like the Raiders van and all that. So they hopped out. It was like, yeah, help out right here. You talking shit? I'm like, let's go. So he spit, and when I spit, that nigga ain't spit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fast forward 2 days later, he come to 145th to come fuck with the Taliban, and I was just so happy going in the studio that day with my man Kiani.
Yeah.
And we went and recorded this freestyle over the Rockefeller beat. This is a fresh, new, spanking beat that came Memphis Bleak did. This was like his Welcome to the Rap song, but we did the shit. And I threw Rell on it. So one day, Cam pulled up, and I gave Cam a CD, and I was playing it. And I was like, yo, listen to this shit that we did over your beat. And he was like, you killed it. Then Rell came in, and he was like, yo, who that? I was like, one of my boys from the Bronx and shit. He nasty, right? He was like, yeah, yo, I want that nigga. Where he at? Call that nigga.
Right.
Luke up, called Rell up. That nigga Rell came to the block. At that time, he was like a week away from going to do a 5-year bid. So all that shit y'all heard from him, he did in a few days. And then went and got shackled and went up north to Clinton, and that's how really Cam and them really start fucking with us, because I continuously to put out music.
Right.
We met this guy named Shice at the time. He was heavy in the bud game. He had the rawest purple haze out on the streets. Right. So he on 45th all the time and spent a bunch of money shopping. And he was like, yo, I fuck with y'all. I got a few artists myself. Let's do a collab tape. So we was like, come on, let's do it. So we did the first tape we did was the Taliban versus Purple City. We had Juelz, we had K Slate, actually. Rest in peace, K Slate. That's what I forgot.
RP, my boy, man.
K Slate had hosted those tapes, those early Purple tapes. He was the host.
Right.
Basically charging us second to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So shout, want to give him his flowers. So
that's what's up, man.
we was putting out the tapes, and during the second go around, the drop part 2, the Bully and the Hustler, Lucian Shice, Luke got caught a bid. He had to go upstate and do like a 1 or 3. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I wanted to continuously. I was confused. You know what I'm saying? I was just going through shit with mad deals and shit. So I was like, yo, damn. Every time shit get going, a bump in the road come. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, don't let that shit discourage you. Look, I know you know this music shit, so help me put the tape together, and we're gonna push this shit, press it up, and we're gonna act like Lucia's still here. So we put the tape out. Shit crushed the streets. You know what I'm saying? Luch did like probably almost like 18 months or some shit. So in that 18 months, me and Shice was just putting together tapes, busting that shit out. About time Luch come home, we got the shit rocking. So you know what I'm saying? But they ain't really see eye to eye on business. You know what I'm saying? Luch was more on the streets at the time, so he wasn't really business savvy as far as business. But Shice was, because, you know, he was dipping and dabbling around different people that was. So he was, you know, he was a quick learner. So he just put his, you know, he put his marbles to work. So, so I seen the friction coming. So I said, yo, so nobody don't feel like slated or nothing like that. Luch, get you some paperwork. I'll sign it, and you be my management. And I'm gonna continuously do this, put these tapes out with Shice. We're gonna keep this ball rolling. If it ain't broke, ain't fix it. We wind up running a studio, getting our own studio, shit like that. And we start putting out all these dope themes and dope pull-out covers and shit like that. And we really buzzing this. But in the midst of that, I had just walked away from a deal that I was with locked in at Blackground Atlantic Records with Barry Hankerson, Aaliyah Timberland, etc. That deal fell through due to staff change. I can either be shelved and sit there and get put out whenever they want to put me out, or I can leave with the little money they pay me and keep it pushing. So that's what I did. One of the guys that I was working with that helped me get that deal was my guy Bryce Wilson from Groove Theory. The big single out, Tell Me What You Want Me To. The people. So he called me, and I know that other deal fell through, but the kid that you battled, Lupe Fiasco, they got a big record deal and a production and a distribution. They want to sign you out there, but it's only one thing. You got to move to Chicago. So I was like, man, I ain't, you know, shit, this can, you know, let me chop it up with my niggas, because I'm really committed to my niggas right now, because we got some shit popping in the city. So I sat down with Lucian Shice and I told him, yo, niggas can offer me a deal, but the only thing it is, it refers to me moving to Chicago. So it's like, I said, but I must finish my obligation. Before I leave, I'm gonna finish up all these tapes, do whatever I gotta do, and I'm gonna go to Chicago and see what this shit is about. So it was like, yo, that shit gonna help us, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So, you know, I fulfilled my obligation with my niggas. In between that, I caught a gun charge. So as I'm waiting on my going back and forth to court, I moved to Chicago. So as I moved to Chicago, I'm just out there with Lupe. Stack Bundles was actually a part of First and Fifth also.
Word, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Stack Bundles, man.
So when I moved out there, he moved back to New York. And it's crazy that we wound up both messing with Dipset after we was with Lupe.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.